man. This fucking community needs a goddamn enema to expel all these alt-righters out of it.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of Mind Matter Murder. Today we're going to be talking about Dusty Smith. Dusty the White, Dusty the Cuck. Dusty Smith has been getting himself into some hot water recently because of his continued accusation that the alt-right has infected the skeptic community. Now, the problem with that assertion, one of the problems with that assertion, is that he defines the skeptic community not by people like Naked Ape or Edgy Sphinx, who might actually identify as members of the alt-right, but rather as the Amazing Atheist, Armored Skeptic, Chris Raygun, and Sargon of Akkad. Those are the four YouTubers that Dusty mentions and ascribes as members of the alt-right. The problem is, none of those four YouTubers identify as members of the alt-right. More important than their personal identification, though, is the fact that none of those four are members of the alt-right. Now, what is the alt-right? The alt-right is a specific sect of conservative ideology that hinges on nativism, protectionism, to a degree anti-Semitism, to a degree authoritarianism, to a degree ethnocentrism. That's the alt-right. What is the alt-right to Dusty Smith? Well, to Dusty Smith, the alt-right is you support Donald Trump. Even the great thing about Dusty's definition of the alt-right is, even by his definition, the majority of the people he ascribed to the alt-right are not members of the alt-right. The Amazing Atheist, uber liberal, does not support Donald Trump. Chris Raygun, uber liberal, does not support Donald Trump. Armored Skeptic, sort of a moderate, does not support Donald Trump. And Sargon of Akkad is the only one who supported Donald Trump, and he only supported Donald Trump because he hated Hillary Clinton so much. Now, so Dusty's a moron. Dusty made a moronic argument. Why did he make this moronic argument? Well, it's because Dusty loves attention. Dusty let his YouTube career die on the vine a couple years ago so that he could go on a marijuana binge and a woman binge. And that's great. You know, Dusty, do what you want. That's fine. You know, smoke as much weed and fuck as many women as you want. That's cool, man. I wish I lived your life. But don't come back and expect that everyone cares about the same issues you care about. Because the crux of his video here is that these four YouTubers, Amazing Atheist, Armored Skeptic, Chris Raygun, and Sargon of Akkad, only talk about social justice warriors. They don't talk about the conservative Christian right. Bullshit, first of all. The Amazing Atheist spends probably the majority of his time on the drunken peasants talking about conservative Christians. Yes, Sargon of Akkad and Chris Raygun do spend a lot of time talking about social justice warriors, as do Armored Skeptic and the Amazing Atheist. But so the fuck what? That doesn't make them members of the alt-right, you goddamn idiot. See, Dusty keeps saying that he personally sees the problems with the regressive left and social justice warriors, but that he doesn't think they're the biggest threat on the face of the planet. He believes that it is actually the conservative Christian right that is the biggest threat on the planet, and that the skeptic community, the four he mentioned, are ignoring it. They're not ignoring it. These four, by and large, did not support Donald Trump, and the only one who did supported Donald Trump just because he did not want Hillary Clinton in office. A pretty understandable position given who Hillary Clinton is, don't you think, Dusty? So, Dusty is wrong. But what specifically is Dusty wrong about? Well, Dusty is wrong that social justice warriors are not a grave threat to pluralism, to the Western form of democracy, and to liberal values. Because by and large, authoritarian, regressive leftists do not support freedom of speech, do not support freedom of religion, do not support freedom of the press, do not support any of the classical liberal freedoms we have come to enjoy. That is why they censor people. That is why they do these studies where at these prestigious liberal arts colleges, at these prestigious colleges in the United States of America, most of the millennials do not support the existence of the First Amendment. That is why they so consistently change language and make it into this pliant, malleable asset that they use to further their ideology. That is why they shut people down. That is why they disinvite people from appearances at universities. These are not liberal things, and they are becoming increasingly common in our world today. So yes, Dusty, they are a very grave threat, and it is worthwhile to talk about them. It doesn't mean that you can't talk about the conservative Christian right as a problem to liberal values, but it also doesn't mean that you can't talk about social justice warriors, you goddamn hack. Now, Dusty's been doing some stupid shit recently. For example, he said that he didn't understand why Steve Shives was getting so much hate. You know, Steve Shives, the guy who epitomizes the regressive left and the regressive left's compulsive urge to censor and shut down opponents. He didn't understand why Steve Shives was getting so much hate, and he didn't understand why Devin Tracy was getting so much hate. You know Devin Tracy, the doxer. Devin Tracy, the doxer that Dusty said he wanted to start a podcast with. Yes, he didn't understand why Devin Tracy and Steve Shives, the keen stars of the skeptic community, were getting so much hate. Dusty, I know... Now, why is Dusty doing this? Dusty is doing this because Dusty is a drama-seeking YouTube whore. Dusty has always been a drama-seeking YouTube whore. Dusty does not deny that he is a drama-seeking YouTube whore. Dusty has always said that his primary plan as a YouTuber is to piss people off and to get them to get so pissed off they come and check out his videos and he gets more revenue. That's his plan. He's made no secret that that's his plan. He's made no secret that he doesn't actually believe some of the stuff he says, that he just wants to get a rise out of people. And that's exactly what he's doing right now. He's projecting by saying that all these other YouTubers are doing it for the money. They are making these social justice videos because social justice warriors are the most popular foil right now to the skeptic community. He's projecting. He is projecting because that's exactly what he's doing. He is using drama to cook up interest in his channel, because the interest in his channel has not been higher since he returned to YouTube from that marijuana and woman binge. And how do I know that he's doing this for drama? Well, he made a video called "The Drunken Peasants Are Lying Scumbags," in which he asked Scotty Kirk what grocery store he would be bagging groceries for had TJ never been born. He has made these accusations that Sargon of Akkad, Armored Skeptic, The Amazing Atheist, and Chris Ray Gun are members of the alt-right, when he personally admits that he doesn't watch their content, and right now he's calling on all of them to make more videos about the conservative Christian right and about climate change, when he has never, as far as I know, as far as I can tell, as far as my research has gotten me, he has never made a video about climate change. The man who is championing the necessity of making videos about climate change has never made a video about climate change. And now he's making videos where he talks about Azealia Banks sacrificing chickens, and makes goofy faces while he watches. This man is a YouTube whore. He's doing it for the money, and if you let him gull you into watching his content, he doesn't give a shit what you think. He doesn't give a shit that you disagree with him or agree with him. He doesn't give a shit about you. He just wants your goddamn attention for a little while longer and your goddamn ad revenue. Do I think he's a bad person? I'm not willing to go that far. I'm not willing to call him Ghazi Kadzo. I'm not willing to call him Keemstar. I don't necessarily think he's a bad person. But what he is certainly doing is extracting all he can from his YouTube audience, extracting all of the money he can out of them, extracting all of the attention he can out of them, and saying fuck you to the consequences. He doesn't give a shit what he says. He doesn't give a shit if it's accurate. He did no research. He admitted, and I will link below to a tweet he made where he said he doesn't even watch YouTubers. He doesn't watch YouTubers. He didn't watch the people that he called alt-right. He doesn't give a fuck if he's right or wrong. He just wants to keep your attention for the moment so that you can give him that precious, precious ad revenue.